She no longer recognised me. We had the next 6 to 10 years before she was eventually going to lose her life. I decided to go ahead and get genetically tested, and I got my result that I am a carrier.
So, Jordan, tell me about your mum.
My mum was diagnosed when I was 15 years of age. I remember my dad pulling us in on the 23rd of June 2010. He pulled us into the front room and told us, my brother 9, myself 15 and my older sister 17 years of age, to tell us that mum was, been diagnosed with FTD and that we had the next 6 to 10 years before she was eventually going to lose her life to the disease. And Geraldine, my lovely mum, she was a vivacious, life and soul character, loved by many who had the pleasure of knowing her. But sadly, in June 2010, she was formally diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, familial FTD. So that means that it's caused by a rare genetic mutation.
Right.
We noticed changes in mum's behaviour prior to mum's actual formal diagnosis. So she went from being a very outgoing, bubbly person to very withdrawn socially, long periods of low mood, and just not my mum at all. In the early stages, it was making sure that she didn't climb out of windows or go out through the front door when she didn't recognise who I was, or wanted to try and go in her car when her licence had been revoked and she no longer recognised me. Over a 6-year period, everything that made my mum that amazing person was stripped from her and stripped from us. Following my mum's passing, myself, my sister and my brother, we went on a process to determine whether we were carriers of that gene.
Right.
So my sister went first and she found out that she has the all clear. So inspired by my sister in terms of her bravery, making that decision and going through that journey, and kind of giving me the first bit of hope our family had had for a long period of time, I decided to go ahead and get genetically tested, and I got my result on the 12th of September 2018 that I am a carrier. It means that I'm going to live with FTD, most likely inheriting symptoms like my mum in my early to mid-40s.
How does that make you feel?
It's cruel because I know exactly what's coming. I've watched every stage of that process of seeing my mum be stripped of everything that made her who she was, and the effect that not only obviously it had on her, but the people around her. Mm-hmm. I've got a great opportunity, despite the sadness of my circumstances, to make a difference, to change the lives of thousands of people in the future, in the years to come. And along with my brother, who also found out that he was a carrier in 2023.
Well, he didn't find out till later.
Yeah,
much later.
That's it. He kind of lived in ignorance in his youth and went to university and enjoyed life, which we kind of encouraged him to do. And he was never put under any pressure to get tested.
Right.
I often say to people that one of the first emotions I felt when I got the diagnosis, even though it wasn't the result that I wanted, was one of relief, because it's given me the power to make informed choices for the future, make a difference, through charities like Alzheimer's Research UK, the UK's leading charity, to find treatments and hopefully a cure for thousands of people in the future. We've got the opportunity to really change the course of what a dementia diagnosis means, and hopefully a world without dementia will exist in the future.
I had it in my family, but at a much more advanced age. My brother was very funny, even in his dementia, because he would sit there and he'd say, "Hey, Brian, am I still at school?" When he was 70. And I said, "No, Charlie, not." He said, "I thought so." And I always remember what he said, "I thought so," like there was a sort of thing that had gone on there that he thought, and actually it was a sort of relief to him to know that he wasn't at school anymore. And I could see it was quite strong. It was quite extraordinary, the effect it had on him, because it kind of relieved him somehow,
We're definitely getting closer to a cure and treatments that will make a difference to thousands of people and all the families that have suffered the heartbreak and devastation of dementia. And I think if we look at the last kind of 12 months as a real turning point for dementia and Alzheimer's, I think if we really step back and look at how far we've come in such a short period of time, really, I think it only bodes well for the future in terms of this is just the start of lots of treatments that hopefully are going to come to the forefront and be accessible for the people that need them. So I'm positive about the future.
Full of admiration for what you've done. And not many people of your age would have the courage to do it too. So it's taken a huge amount of courage on your part, and that is something that one has to admire and have respect for.
Thank you. I think I owe a lot of that to my mum.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think that's her character resonating.
So you
in
carry
myself.
the spirit of your mother very strongly within you, don't you?
Most definitely, yeah. And I'm trying to do her proud.
Yeah, well, you're doing her proud on a daily basis. She, I'm sure if she was here, she would go, "Oh my God, what a boy he is," and your brother.
Yeah, most definitely. And he came up with the idea to run the length of the UK.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
and so it took real bravery for him to kind of to want to do something positive and make a difference, and kind of follow in the path that kind of I tried to show him in terms of trying to make a difference. I've ran various challenges for Alzheimer's Research UK in the past. London Marathon in 2024, the second one being part of a 7 marathons in 7 days challenge. But Keane wanted to go bigger and better, and we set an initial target to raise £100,000 towards funds for a cure. And we went on to complete that challenge, running the length of the UK in 31 days. And by the end of the year, we'd raised over £250,000 towards groundbreaking
incredible.
research. So.
Well, I mean, really, what you're doing, it's just amazing. I mean, you have to be incredibly proud of yourself. And also you and your brother, you have to be incredibly proud of what you've done, because you've raised and you've made an awareness that wasn't there.
I think one of the main things that we need to work towards is changing and taking away that stigma that it's a natural part of aging.
That's right.
I think there's just under 71,000 people living with dementia in the UK under the age of 65. That just goes to show that this doesn't just happen to people later in life. This is something that is affecting a lot of younger people. And again, 1 in 2 people are going to be affected by dementia if nothing changes. And we've got a massive responsibility as a society to change that, and it's through the hard work of Alzheimer's Research UK and this fantastic campaign with Amaze, where people have got the opportunity to possibly win an absolutely amazing house, but also actively contribute towards possibly bringing about life-changing treatments and possibly a cure.
You and your brother have really made a major contribution. I think what you've done is extraordinary and admirable.
Thank you, but I think it'd be amiss of us not to. We're in such a rare set of circumstances, and we've got real opportunity to make a difference.
Absolutely.
I just think it's the right thing to do.
And I'm in total admiration of what you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you enormously.